I'm still working on the tractors. Got some tires off, getting them fixed, cleaned out the pistons and the valves and freed up the valves on it. Yesterday I took off the what they call a touch control, which is the hydraulic piece. I also took off the bottom, all the brackets and everything that go on the bottom. I took the tow bar and everything off this old tractor. I put it on the tractor that's operating, and then I realized the tractor that's operating, the touch control is leaking. So I took off that touch control yesterday off of this tractor. I've ordered 2 rebuild kits. I'm going to go ahead and rebuild this one. This one's interesting. It still has the original leather boots on them. That means these O-rings have been in here for a very long time. What's that, since 1954, so almost 70 years. One of the reasons these things fail or get bad is this filter. The filters explode. They get full of stuff and then they explode. And that's what happens to them. They look like that. So, I'm sure there's bits in there. So we've got to get everything out of there, scrape all of this, clean all this up. That will fit into the ultrasonic cleaner. So I will clean this all up, get the rest of the oil out of it, clean it up, scrape it, that kind of stuff, get it ready. We want to fix this one, get this one right, then we'll take apart the working one and just swap out the whole thing. So tractor's down for as little time as possible. Okay. This one should have copper ring, and then inside of here is a spring. That metal is so hard I can't get that in. Can't get that magnet in there. Come on, spring. There's the spring. So the spring goes first. And then there's a little piece in there that definitely doesn't want to come out. I have to just turn it upside down and do that. And then I need to take this boot off, this leather boot, although it's in good shape. But I'm sure there's O-rings on this. 70-year-old leather. Crazy. Look at that. You still see the leather in there. Look at that. Huh. Nothing wrong with that. Even though it's been painted and wired. And nice. All right, that's everything on this side, except I got to get this piece out right here, which means knocking this over. See if we can get the rest of this oil out here. I want that little piece out of there. Huh. Doesn't want to come out. Oh, here it is. So, that's the valve. One of the valves, one of the check valves. And that has an O-ring on it too. So, that goes like that, hopefully. Be nice to find a manual for this. All right, and we got this piece. Ah! Crud in there. Definitely time to take this apart. Right there is the other check valve. Right there, so there's your spring. We're just going to lay this right here for right now. That's going to have to be cleaned. I think there's another filter right here. I can reuse that one. But look at the stuff on there. Yeah, definitely time to clean it. That goes there. Little digging tools here. Okay. This goes there. And that's the piston. And now all that does is move up and down like that. And that's what moves the lever, which moves everything else. So there's another O-ring there. Got a gasket on here that's got to come off and get all cleaned up. O-ring there. There's two O-rings right there. That's the same thing on the other side. There's the ring. I think that's the bypass right there. It's got a ball in it, a check ball. And I think what'll happen is that would allow, that allows pressure to just flow through the touch if nobody's using it. If you're not using it, the pump just keeps pumping all the time. Okay, need a parts washer for that. Got that pretty nice and clean. Got that nice and clean. Got this one pretty clean. So now we'll take this, I'll sand all of this, and we'll put this in a bath. Clean everything out really well, because this is all hydraulics. You don't want any kind of debris in there at all. I got the instructions, some oil. Got lots of parts, lots of O-rings, lots of rags. So let's see. Be sure to lubricate, okay? Install the valve check assembly in the cylinder block. So we're going in this way. Valve check. What the heck is a valve check? That must be this. Yeah, I didn't take all this apart too. Check spring valve. Really? A spring valve in there? I didn't take that apart. Do I need to? Oh, there's a spring in there. So 2 check valve spring. That's not coming out. So we're starting off with not a clue. Does this go right there? Big hole. Okay, so this thing, I need to flip this over. So we're the same orientation here. This goes here, like that. And this goes, no, that doesn't go in there. So I don't think that's what that is, although there is a spring in there. Maybe that's not a spring. All right, put it back in there. I don't know what that is. We'll put this back in for right now. Tell you what, let's skip this page, this next step, and we'll see what's left. So we have 3 tension spring, 4 check valve spring, 5 check valve, 6 pressure regulator valve bushing. I don't see any parts like that. Man, oh man. Best way to do this might be to take the other one off and set it here, take it apart. Every piece I take, I put one back in here. That's the pressure regulator assembly. That goes right there, okay? So we know the filter goes there. 8, check valve spring, check valve. So there's the check valve spring and the check valve right there. Check valve outer bushing. Wonder if I never took this stuff out. And I swear it doesn't look like there's anything in there. That looks like that goes in right like that. And then this goes in on top of it like that. I think that's what that is. But that doesn't say that. Install the check valve assembly in the cylinder block. It's a page and a quarter. You're done. Easy. Remove the orifice plug with the screen. So that's this guy right here. That goes in right there. Hey, I got one. And I'm pretty sure this guy goes right there. So we can put an O-ring on this and clean it up. Hey. Okay, and then this O-ring, it's only one of them. That one right there. Put a little oil on it. Okay, got a little oil in there. That goes in there. All right, this is the control rod right here. And is that what I'm putting back on? No, putting on the check valve. When does the control rod go on? Install new bushing in the connecting rod. Install the cylinder block strainer. Install the control valve, there it is. And boot in the block. It goes this way. So what the hell is this piece right here? Install the check valve assembly. I don't think any of that stuff's out of there. I think the only thing that's out is the O-ring, is this. The rest of it's still in there. I didn't take it out. Clean that off a little bit. I'll slide that right in here. And then this guy right here, we'll get a new copper ring. This goes on here. This pushes against that check valve like that. Use new O-rings, install the pressure regulator valve assembly in the block. I think I'd be better off, take the other one off. Take the other one off, take it apart. All right, we got it rebuilt. I didn't record it. There's that one. So I'll record it when I put that one back together. But this one's all back together. I've painted the bottom because that sets down. I don't want it to corrode. The rest of it, I'll paint it when I put it on. But I have to clean this first. So I've cleaned this piece, cleaned all this. I've got some primer on here. I'm going to paint this and put this all back together. I need to, first I'm going to use this instrument panel from the other tractor I've already done. I've already painted all these rods, so I'll use those here. But now what I've got to do is replace this wiring, because this is the original 6-volt wiring. It was wrong and it's pretty corroded. You can see where it's breaking up here and everything. So I'm going to replace this wiring. Probably won't get this back on today because the paint's got to dry and all, but we'll see, maybe later this afternoon. So this morning we're in the shop. We're working on this one-touch. Where am I? Right there. This other one-touch, we're going to finish putting it together. All right, I just got this in. I just got this boot in, this piston. My nose is running. This is the control arm. A little Vaseline on it, on the O-ring. This goes in right here, like this. Oh, that's tight fit. Let's put some oil on it. Oily, oily, oily. There you go. And we put this, when we get to the O-ring, we want to turn it. Don't just shove it in there because you'll tear up the O-ring. So you just turn it as it goes in, like so. All that ring does is stop the oil from coming out. We don't want oil coming out. We're ready for the gasket. So turn this around. Oh, man, thing's heavy. All right. So we got all the parts in there. There's that spring, there's that spring, there's the filter. That filter needs to sit in a slot. Where is it? Where's the slot? There it is. This isn't tight. I need to tighten this. Yep. From where I took it off. Okay. Got that tight. All right. Now what we want to do, get the gasket. Looks like it goes like that. The back plate. Looks like it goes like that. Here the ducks out playing in the snow. And bolts. So if I remember right, we've got 3 different size bolts here. And that's a shorty. Those are all the same. So these go here. And because of the springs, we're going to get them all started. And then we'll tighten them up a little bit at a time to compress that spring. The shorty goes, one shorty goes here, a long one and a short one. There's the long one. You can see it's got a longer shoulder on it. That goes right there. This one goes there. This one goes there. And I got no more holes. That's good. Okay. I'll take the driver off. Put on a 9/16 socket. Tight. That seems good. See how tight they are. They all seem pretty tight. Boot in hot water. There it is. Got hot water on it. At least warm it up a little bit. We're going to put a little oil on it. Slide it over this shaft. There we go. Now, got to kind of stretch it a little bit here. Doesn't like stretching. They told me, I read this later after I bought this, the original leather boots, they said are much better. Who'd have thunk? But I wasn't gonna just throw this money away. I got them, so I'll use them. These don't stop leaks or anything. All they do is protect dirt from getting in there, which I guess in the end would stop leaks because it protect the O-rings. But more, I don't think I can get that any further down. All right, so we got two more passages here. Let me look at my manual, which is very difficult to read. Here's my manual, my little original blue ribbon serviceman's handbook. I wonder if there's a date on this. Nope. All right, so on this picture here, on the top one, it's got the little valve, little check valve in the spring going in. This is the top. Yep, and it's got this check valve going in on the top right here. Boom, put a little oil on it. There it goes, drops down in there. And then behind that is a short, because I got two of these. One's long, one's short. We take the short one. A little bit of rust right there, so we're just gonna put a little oil on this. Uh-oh, my 3-in-1 oil is almost out. Good thing I bought another can with a new copper. You know why they use copper? So they use a copper washer. On fuel and oil like this, they use copper. And the reason is because copper is soft, so it compresses. Makes a great sealing material. Okay, get that in there. And on the bottom one, we've got this valve right here with an O-ring. Oh, with paint, we don't want the paint. O-ring, oil this up nicely. Go. And it goes in stem first. There it goes. Oil this up. It goes right there. Tighten those down. And then this bad boy, do I have any extra parts? I don't see any. That's a good thing. Lots of O-rings, but I don't know where those O-rings go. Okay. I'm sure those O-rings are for different kits. I know there's a different kit made, a different one of these one-touches, which is a little more, what do you call it, more advanced, I guess, a little bit. Maybe it's got more O-rings in it, but I'll take this one. That's okay. All right, and that one. And that one. We'll go ahead and paint a little bit in here, as long as I got it right here like this. This thing ready to go on? No. All right, so I've got to clean and paint the piece that goes here. And of course, I've just painted this piece one side. Got to paint the other side of this. Other than that, the second one touch is done and ready to go. I wonder if they're going to work. Take the fill off here. We'll fill it once we get it in. I got to fill the other one. We'll just leave that loose. All right. Next project. Let's go see what we got. This is the one I rebuilt and put on yesterday and painted. So what this does, all it does is move this arm. And it has these two wings on these arms. And this side goes all the way here to the back. And all it does is lift up this lever. You can add stuff on both of these levers, and they have all kinds of stuff you can bolt to the back of the tractor, but you can put a plow on there. You can do cultivators. There's all kinds of stuff you can do with those on the back. And then on this side, on the front side, then you can hook this up to things like plows on the front, plows underneath, belly plows. It'll pick up mower if you have a mower on there. So what it does is basically just this piston right here just moves in and out here and just takes this arm and moves it. That's all it does. I'm still waiting for gauges. I don't want to put this back together yet because I want to put the gauges in there before I put the gas tank on there. But I might hook up the alternator right to the battery and just use a temporary gas tank and just test everything before I put it all back together. Tractor number 2 is running. And the gas tank right there. Oh, dying. That's okay. I didn't see the one touch go anywhere though. All right, well, so I had to sort out a couple of things. One was I couldn't get, oh, what is that? That's oil. Where's that oil leaking from? All right, we got to find out this stuff. That's a problem. Got an oil leak here somewhere. Up here, where? Oh, it's the gauge. It's the gauge? No. It's the oil filter's leaking. Okay. All right, well, you can't, I didn't expect it to start and go crazy, but it started, and that's good. So we'll keep working on it.